Hello everyone, you are welcome to today's lecture video on classification of living things. Classification of living organisms, that's what we are going to be discussing today. So why do we need to classify living things? You should know that there are over 1.4 million different species of discovered organisms on Earth. So we need to classify them in order to make our study very easy. So this large number of species that have been discovered, they need to be classified in order to make our study easier. So organisms are divided into 5 large groups that are called kingdom. Initially, all of the organisms that were discovered, they were classified into 2 groups. That's 2 kingdom classification, and this 2 kingdom classification was actually done by a scientist called Carlos Linnaeus in 1758, where he divided the organisms into 2 groups, 2 kingdoms, and we have the kingdom of animal kingdom and plant kingdom. So he classified organisms generally into 2 groups, plants and animals. So after that, in 1969, another scientist called Robert Whittaker divided the organisms into 5 kingdoms, what we are going to be discussing today, the 5 kingdom classification. It was actually the work of Robert Whittaker in 1969. So he divided them into 5 groups. Well, that's 5 kingdoms. So the 5 kingdoms are animals. We have animal kingdom. We have plant kingdom. We have kingdom Monera. We have fungi, and we have kingdom Protist or Protist. So these 5 kingdoms, there is what we call, they can be subcategorized into either prokaryotes or eukaryotes. When we say prokaryotes, they are single cell animal like bacteria. So among these 5 kingdom Monera, they are prokaryotes. So which all bacteria fall into kingdom Monera. And animals, kingdom animals, plants, fungi, and protists, they can be multicellular organisms, which we call they are multicellular organisms, which we call eukaryotes. Okay, so when we look at animals, kingdom animal encompass all animal species. Okay, all species of animals. We can have the insects, the birds, we can have the tortoise, we can have the snails, we can have fishes, we can have cats, we can have giraffe, we can have all the animals that fall under kingdom animal. You can have all sort of animals under kingdom of animals. So under this, we can actually divide them into 2 groups. So the 2 groups, you can either have vertebrates and invertebrates. So the vertebrates are those with backbones, animals that have backbones, and invertebrates are those animals that do not have backbones. So we shall see that in a while. So we have plants. Kingdom plants include all types of plants, the smaller plants, the medium, the higher plants, larger plants. So we can have trees, we can have shrubs, okay, we can have herbs, we can have plants that are edible plants, those that are ornamental that we use for decoration, that is to say flowers, okay, and those that produce fruit for us to eat, those that produce food for us to eat, they are all under. We can have grasses, okay, they are all under plants. So we can have Monera. Monera is they are prokaryotes, and we can take bacteria as an example. Now, all this picture that we are seeing, they are different species or different, rather different bacteria with different shapes. We can have those that have spherical in shape. We call them coccus, okay, and plural is cocci. We can have bacteria that are rod in shape, that have rod shape. We call them bacillus or bacilli in plural form. And we can have those that are in spiral shape. We call them spirilla, and those that have comma shape, we call them vibrio. So these are different shapes of bacteria. Now we can have kingdom fungi, and this fungi, we can have mushroom. Mushroom is a fungi, and all these pictures. This is mushroom. This is another mushroom. This is another type of mushroom. There are those that are edible also. You can. Some of these mushroom are non-toxic, while others are toxic. Okay, and you can have fungi growing on our fruits, like in the case of this lemon, we can see that fungi already grow on it, and so on. So we can have kingdom protists, okay, or protoctists. We can have amoeba, okay. We can have euglena as an example. Paramecium, they are all they fall under kingdom protoctists or protist. So we still find that in each group, there may be organisms that are very different, such as ants and giraffes, and that are found in what? In animal kingdom. So you can see animal kingdom have ants as little as tiny as ants and as big as, let's see, elephants, lion, okay? As big as elephants, for instance. We can have big animal, big species, and also smaller organisms such as ants in the same animal kingdom. So that is why each kingdom is now further divided into smaller groups that are called phyla. Okay, that is the plural form, or the phylum, which is the singular form, to make it easier for understanding and for studying. So each kingdom is further divided into smaller groups that are called phyla. Now, also, each phyla is further subdivided into several classes, okay? And also a class is also divided into orders. Then after orders, we can have a family, and after family, then genus, then after genus, then finally the smallest group in this classification, which is now the species. So the species, that is how the kingdom is now further subdivided into smaller groups for easier identification, for easier classification and understanding for studying. Now we can have the largest that has the highest population of organisms is the kingdom, then further subdivided into different phyla, phyla subdivided into classes, subdivided into order, subdivided into family, subdivided into genus, and we have species. And species is the smallest group of classification, or smallest unit of classification. So kingdom is greater than phyla, phyla is greater than class, class is greater than order, order is greater than family, family is greater than genus, and genus is greater than species. So species is the smallest unit of classification, while kingdom is the largest unit of classification. So now, if you want to remember the order in which this is done, you can now try to use this sentence that says, King Philip cut oranges for good students. So if you memorize this sentence, it means you have memorized how the arrangement of this classification is. Now, King Philip cut oranges for good students. So king for kingdom, Philip for phylum, cut for class, and orange for order, for family, good for genus, and students for species. That is how to memorize it. Very easy. Now, animal kingdom, as I earlier explained, that it's further divided into two groups. We can have animals that have backbone and those that do not have backbone. Those animals that have backbone, we call them vertebrates, and those that do not have backbone, they are called invertebrates. So now vertebrates, for vertebrate now, animals with backbone, they are further divided into 5 classes. Now, these vertebrates are divided into 5 classes, and the classes are, we have fish, okay? Fish or feces, you call them fishes or feces, you can call them like that. So we have amphibians, okay? We have reptiles, okay? So fish here are all species of fishes are under vertebrate fish, okay? You can have tilapia, okay, we can have catfish, we can have shark, they are all under fish. Then we have amphibians, okay, we have toads and frogs, they are all under amphibians. Okay, fish, they solely they live in water, they live in water, okay, virtually all throughout their life. They live in water, with the exception of yeah, all fish lives in water, okay. But other under certain condition, they can survive extreme condition where there is no water. They can survive that for a longer period before they die, okay. So it's not like when you remove the fish immediately, it will die from water. When you remove it from water, it will immediately die. Others, they have a mechanism whereby they adapt to that extreme condition of outside water, so that they will live longer. And if they have the opportunity to go back to water, they can continue with their life. We have amphibians, those that can live in water, and also they can come on land to live. And we have reptiles, okay, crocodile is an example. We have lizard is an example. We have snakes, they are all reptiles, okay. So we have birds, okay, flying birds, okay. We have mammals, okay, have mammals. So, and also these are some examples of pictures of all of these species that we call. We can have, see fish, see crocodile. This is a mammal, okay. This is fish. This is frog, okay, and these are birds. So we also have invertebrates, those that do not have backbone. We have some few examples here. We can have, we have the scorpion here. We have butterfly. We have millipede, centipede. We have crayfish. We have spider. Okay. We have bees, and so on and so forth. So other invertebrates include, we can have those that are annelids, okay? We are going to discuss them in details. We have nematodes, we have trematodes, we also have mollusks. So for annelids, these are invertebrates that have a segmented body. These are worms that they have what segmented body. These are worms that have segmented body. Example include earthworm. Okay, earthworm is an example of annelids, and leeches. Okay, leeches also is an example of annelids. Okay, and we have another invertebrates. They do not have backbone. Okay, we have nematodes, another group, okay, and these nematodes, they are what we call round worms, okay, round worms. If you look at their body, they are round, unlike the previous ones, which are annelids. If you look at the body, they have segment, okay, they are segmented, okay, but nematodes, they have round body, okay. In examples, we can have ascaris and different species of ascaris. Ascaris lumbricoides, for example. We have hookworm. Hookworm is also under roundworm. So we can have also trematodes, and this trematodes, example of trematodes include schistosomes. Okay, schistosomes, these are agents that causes schistosomiasis or bilharziasis. Okay, and we call them, they are called flatworms, okay? They are flatworms, and we can call them flatworms, we can call them flukes, okay? And they are all trematodes, okay? As example, we have fasciola. For different species of fasciola, we can have fasciola hepatica, okay? We can have schistosomes. Fasciola hepatica or fasciola, generally, they cause what we call fasciolosis or fasciolasis, right? So that's what they cause, and they cause a disease, yeah, they cause fasciola, and schistosomes, they cause schistosomiasis, okay? And these are a few examples. They are flatworms, okay? And mollusks, we have mollusk, this is where we have the second largest group of invertebrates, okay? We can have examples of mollusk. We have oyster, we have snails, okay? Okay, and okay, and we said these are the second largest group, okay? And we have arthropod. Arthropod are the what? Are the largest invertebrates. Now, okay. Now, under this mollusk, there are some group that we call cephalopoda, and this cephalopoda includes octopus. Okay, octopus is an example, squid, and cuttlefish. Okay, and we have another group that is called bivalves. We have oyster and scallops. They are examples. And we have gastropods. And these gastropods include snails. This big snail that you are seeing is under a gastropod. They are all mollusks, slug, okay? And so and this is a typical representation of a mollusk, which is a snail. It has a shell, it has tentacles, it has eyes, and it has feelers and mouths. It has a breathing opening here below the shell, okay? And it has muscular foot also. It has like a foot that is muscular in nature, and it's used for locomotion, for movement from one place to another. So we also have flowering plants, and these flowering plants are divided into two groups. We have monocotyledons and dicotyledons. So what is the difference between the two? When we say monocotyledons or monocots, they are grass or grass-like flowering plants. Generally, they are called flowering plants. They are called what? Angiosperms, okay? So they are generally called angiosperms. So for monocots, they are grass-like or grass flowering plants. And how do you differentiate monocots from dicots? So it's from the embryonic stage. The seed contain only one embryonic leaf in monocots. They have only one, the seed contains only one embryonic leaf, and we have several examples of that. We have rice, we have corn, we have sugar cane, we have ginger, sweet potato, and we have wheat, and so on and so forth. They are all examples of monocots. They have what? The seed contain only one embryonic leaf. So what about dicotyledons or dicots? They have the seed contain two embryonic leaf, okay? And they are also angiosperms, okay? They include trees, shrubs, trees or flowers that have very wide leaves, okay? And we can have examples. You can see granite is an example, okay, carrots, and so on and so forth. So now it's time to quickly look at some few questions and we answer them based on what we discussed. For this question, it says schistosomiasis is caused by A, trematodes. Sorry, this is trematodes, not tremates. It's trematodes, okay? That's a spelling error. So it's trematodes, B, annelids, and C, nematodes, D, mollusk. So schistosomiasis is caused by what? This is a disease, and what organism causes schistosomiasis? So based on what we discussed, can you remember and answer the question? You have 10 seconds to remember and answer the question. So let's quickly answer the question. So if you remember, we talk about trematodes, right? And we say they are blood flukes, or flatworms. And we give an examples, fasciola, and we also give schistosomes as an example. So schistosomiasis is caused by schistosome, and schistosomes, they are under trematodes. Okay, so this one with the spelling error is the correct answer. It is supposed to be trematodes. Trematodes. Okay, that's the correct answer. So now the second question says, which of the following is an annelid? Which of the following is an annelid? Can you remember annelids that we discussed? So let's look at the options. A, it says earthworm. B says schistosome. C, it says fasciola hepatica. D says amoeba. So you have 5 seconds to answer the question based on what we discussed. So what's the correct answer? The correct answer is A, earthworm, because earthworm is a segmented worm, right? It has segmented body. Okay, so it's under annelid. So let's look at these questions again. We have this question that says the smallest taxon of classification is dash dash dash. So what is the smallest taxon of classification? Is it A, kingdom, B, family, C, variety, D, species? So you have 5 seconds to answer the question based on what we discussed. What's the correct answer? The correct answer is D, species. Another question says, in which of the following kingdom are archaea and nitrogen-fixing organisms classified? So can you guess the answer? We say A, Animalia, B, Plantae, C, Monera, D, Fungi. So look at the question. It says, in which of the following kingdom are archaea and nitrogen-fixing organisms classified? Archaea is a bacteria. Nitrogen-fixing bacteria also is a bacteria. So bacteria, they are bacteria that form that falls under kingdom Monera. They are what prokaryotes. Okay, they fall under kingdom Monera. So the correct answer is C, Monera. Okay. And now look at another question. It says the differentiation in segmental fashion occurs in A, leech, B, starfish, C, snails, D, ascaris. So based on our discussion, where do you find segmented bodies? It is under annelida, right? Annelids, they have what? Segmented body. And what are the examples that we gave? We have earthworm and leeches, right? You remember? So option A is the correct answer. Leech is the correct answer. So, and the next question says, five kingdom classification was given by, right? 5 kingdom classification was given by A, Morgan, B, R, Whitaker, C, Linnaeus, D, Haeckel. So based on our discussion, what is the correct answer? You have 5 seconds to answer. The correct answer is Robert Whitaker. Okay, Robert Whitaker gave the word 5 kingdom classification. Okay, so this brings us to the end of our lecture today. I hope you really enjoyed the lecture, and thank you for watching. And please, if you are yet to subscribe to our channel, kindly click the subscription button and put on the notification bell so that whenever we upload a new video, it is going to be notified to you. Thank you. See you next. Bye-bye.